Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another Minecraft Redstone video, and in this one we're actually going to take a look at your creations. As you guys know, about a month ago I released a video showcasing a really cool way to transport items around using various different redstone components. Now I like this idea so much that I decided to ask you guys to build your own designs that were even more insane, and I have to say, you guys have done a very good job at that. Some of these things are completely mental, so let's crack on. Now just before we begin, I just want to mention that these designs are in no particular order. They're not going from worst to best or best to worst, these are just in the order that I found them in. So first off, we've got a design by Sandblob. Now this one is pretty cool because it uses armor as the item and it actually applies it to various different armor stands, then breaks the armor stands various different ways, and I absolutely love it. And the best part about this design is the way that it's laid out. You actually walk along and you can clearly see everything that's going on. Design number 2 by Aces380 is definitely an epic one. I mean seriously, there is a lot of stuff going on here. As soon as the item enters the system, we've got giant Mumbo faces, we've got rainbows, we've got explosions, we've got fireworks. Everything just seems to kick off, and it's all extremely bright and extremely colourful, which is cool because, of course, you know, you don't like dark and dingy things. This really was a pleasure to watch and also a pleasure to use. Now, when I created this competition for the ultimate item transportation system, if someone turned around and said, you're going to be getting a submission that is of a Wild West theme, I would have told them they're being really silly, but it turns out that Mr. D. Brendan Beak has decided to do exactly that, and it's fantastic. It actually works surprisingly well, of course, with all the mine carts and all the mine various bits. It looks brilliant. It's a really excellent video to watch, and of course all of the links to the videos can be found down in the description. Going back over to the slightly more serious side of things now, we have got a design by Just Trolls. Now this seriously is one of the largest submissions I think I've ever had for one of these competitions, and it's definitely one of the most complicated. There was pretty much everything in here. We had slime blocks, we had the mine carts, we had everything, and the best part is the player actually travels alongside the item inside the contraption. So you're being bounced around by slime blocks, the item's being bounced around by slime blocks. It's an incredible thing to play with, so I would really suggest downloading this one. Speaking of fantastic videos, EB Hero has created probably the best video I've seen for any of these competitions. It actually made me laugh out loud a couple of times, which doesn't happen particularly often with Minecraft Redstone videos, and I have to say I was extremely impressed. So in fact, I'll put a clip of it in this video right now. Just as a quick warning, I am totally going to get this guy's name wrong, but I believe it is 3MILF with a TH, I might add, 3 True. Now, this design itself is actually extremely fluid. I know that's a really difficult thing to describe, but as soon as the item starts, it just seems to be constantly on the move. It doesn't wait around, there's no slowness in this design, it's just flying about all over the place. And also, it uses translocation elevators, which I personally wasn't aware worked with items, so that's really taught me something. Apple Pie's item transportation system is the second one of today's video where you actually follow along the item using minecarts. Now this one's pretty cool because you sort of chop and change over the two different streams because this is an extremely long design that just travels off in one direction, and I personally really quite like it. I am aware that a lot of the descriptions for some of these item transportation systems are getting fairly similar, but this one once again is very big, it is very complex, but this one it involves flying machines as well. Designed by Lego Creeper Spy, it's absolutely insane, and I was so excited to see the flying machine because that's not something that I saw popping up too often in these things. Little Man 9Mew2 has created a pretty complex redstone contraption with plenty of things going on, but most importantly, he has got a very attractive portrait right in the centre, the centrepiece being the big Mumbo moustache, and it's done surprisingly very well. In fact, I'm very tempted to recreate that exact same thing on the Hermitcraft server, so maybe that might happen at some point in the near future. And finally, for the last design featured in today's video, it is by far the most complex name to pronounce. I do believe it is the McMateus Roll. I think that's something similar to that one, but this thing is huge. It's an enormous contraption, and also it involves chickens and trapdoors, which was a feature that I personally loved, and is something that I didn't see popping up in any of the other designs that I watched, so massive thumbs up to you. So there we have it, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed this little video showcasing the 10 ultimate item transportation systems. Of course, there are a large number of submissions, so I do apologise to those of you who built one, but sadly wasn't featured in this video. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that participated, because I was totally blown away by all of your responses. But unfortunately, that's all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.